Hey guys, welcome back to part 5 of this Coming of the Horde replay. I'm Synegg, and we're just getting back in here with Lord Archimonde heading it up at Airy Peak. Now this is actually the secondary dwarven base up in the North Mountains, but it's not a throne and it's not compulsory to take this down. But needless to say, the dwarves here were clearly distracting him, and the Legion decided to attack it for their own amusement and just generally killing things as they do. Now Archimonde and Cho'Gall here are fighting a number of Alliance heroes. There's Lorthamar and Ronan. They're bravely or foolishly running down, and meanwhile I did unfortunately miss the Dentag ultimate. I apologise for that. But it looks like Terran, now supported by Dentag, is finally making their way into the upper level of COTH, and there's Uther there and Mishan valiantly fighting them off. That skull that you saw flying, that was Terran's Death Coil ultimate, which did a massive amount of damage, and then Terran finished off Lord Uther with his Life Drain ability. And now this looks like far too many orcs and ogres, and this desperate line of riflemen backed against the wall with nowhere to go, selling their lives dearly for their home island. But it looks like it's not just enough, and finally, after so many attacks, Terran is successful in taking down COTH. Going back up, while that was happening and the Alliance was distracted, Lord Archimonde, always nearly dead, but never just quite, has finally managed to get all the way into Airy Peak. They've forced the Dwarven forces and Ronan dying on the top of the spire there, and now Airy Peak has also fallen, which will relegate the Dwarven forces now to the top left. This is, in case you were wondering, every time the thrones fall, this is where all the Alliance factions end up. They get a little refuge camp with a minimal income and a tiny population where they can build a few units, and they can come out into the world and reinforce their allies from there. And now Archimonde level 21. And then on the left side here, Lordaeron, one of the last two bases, assaulted by Cho'Gall, as always. And now the last Silverhand charge is bought some time, so the Alliance has managed to get some semblance of defense set up with a pair of towers here. And the Horde equally getting their own defenses up, getting ready for a protracted siege. And now Cho'Gall, he's casting his blood runes on the ground again. It's quite an annoying skill, as you can see, doing quite a lot of area of effect damage on these units. And the beauty of Cho'Gall, he doesn't have a mana problem. His ultimate, he can sacrifice himself a portion of his health to regenerate all of his mana, and he can keep spamming these spells, and he's quite a deadly casting hero. But Uther and his Silverhand Knights, they're not going to give in so easily, as they also have strong healing abilities. And the unique skill of these Silverhand Knights, they can all cast Holy Light on any unit or hero, so they can provide quite strong healing against the Horde nuke attacks. And as the Horde retreats from Lordaeron for just a brief moment down below, the next attack coming in, led by Dentag and Archimonde, against the gates of Dalaran. You can see it was a big impale there, caught quite a few units, and Dentag, set off another ultimate. Again, a ring of death every time it comes out, but Gen and Bran, desperate to kill him to gain revenge for their fallen comrades. And they just managed to pick him off on the edge of the range there. And now the Alliance heroes sallying forth to take whatever they can and push the Horde back in order to save this desperate city. And Archimonde 22 now, but the Alliance heroes are also getting up there, and if the Alliance heroes get too strong, this could be trouble for the Horde, as 8 Alliance heroes can prove quite a match for just 4 Horde heroes. But it doesn't matter how good the heroes are, as the units have pretty much all but died out, and now even in the chat they're calling their comrades to fall back. And you'll see this purple aura is actually set up by these shield generators, and they're quite key for the Horde to take out, because the shield generator will slowly damage all the Horde units until it's destroyed. And you'll notice this section has lost its aura, so now purple has to defend up in this top level with the secondary shield generator, and try and survive up there. But Archimonde is turning into quite a monster, and these heroes are defying him as best they can, but slowly being pushed back, and poor Ronan has just died again, and now a pack of grunts charging up the ramp, cutting down these elven archers, and the heroes here taking their leave, either dying where they stand or escaping to fight another day. And poor Mishan, valiant last stand, not quite enough, and the last shield generator falls, and now the Violet Citadel getting smashed down by the angry Horde. And just doing a quick time check, this is 13 minutes, and this is down to the last throne, so this is the last base. Alliance does not have anywhere else to go, but Lothar almost making a statement there saying, "You shall not pass," and they actually cancel out Cho'Gall's teleport and manage to slay him, saying, "This is our house." The Knights of Azeroth, after so many bitter wars, being pushed up into these mountain camps as refugees, they're not going to give any ground, charging out bravely, taking out all these Horde mongrels who would come and sack their home. And Gen and Lothar getting quite mighty, very tanky heroes now, going up against Dentag himself, and Archimonde has just come in and backstab people as he likes to do. And these Alliance heroes may just have gone a bit too far. They now have to retreat before they're cut off and surrounded, and that could be certain doom for them. And Thoras getting back in. Oh, cut by a stun there from Dentag. And now the Horde starts streaming in as their forces all gather to assault Lordaeron. Now this will be quite a desperate attack at the gate, with Bran here routed by this portal. Doesn't want to get trapped on the wall there as those demons come streaming out. And this is turning into quite a chaotic mess. So Lordaeron is actually quite a large base. So this is the sort of front gate area, and then there's a number of sort of secondary side gates, and they both have narrow corridors that stream back into this upper foyer area before looping back into this final throne. So it's quite a large base. It's quite cinematic and designed for glorious last stands, as it were. And in this first part, the Alliance is not going to give up this outer gatehouse area without a fight, with Archimonde and Cho'Gall in the front in this narrow choke, and against them a solid line of Alliance heroes cutting down Archimonde, and he just couldn't take the assault from about 5 different heroes, and now moving on swiftly to Cho'Gall, and he's quickly getting cut down as well. There's so many heroes, so many skills, and that damage output, they just could not resist it. But the Horde have tricks of their own. They've set up these towers here, and all Horde towers have a strong poison attack, which is actually lethal, and it slows down heroes a lot, preventing them from going too far. If they're caught, they won't be able to escape, and they'll get surrounded and cut down. And now Terran is bravely or foolishly advancing into this breach, trying to pick off some heroes, but again, he is more of a squishy mage hero, and just a few skills there from Mishan, and he's also dispatched in turn. Bran the sniper, he's trying to get up high on these ramparts and gun down some of the towers, but it looks like the Horde is not letting up in their attack, as a few sort of side charge knights streaming down from this mountain pass, and they can try and do a sort of flanking maneuver to give the actual defending forces some time to regroup. However, just looking at this, the Horde has set up quite a massive base here, and a lot of troop reducing structures, and now these heroes have resurrected another Dentag ult. It's less effective against heroes. It's generally designed at killing masses of units, but can still be quite hurtful. And now Dentag has gone in too far. He's trying to escape, and he's teleported back outside. And that has distracted the Alliance heroes. And now Archimonde made it in, but he was quickly cut down. And this is getting a bit scary, as these Alliance heroes together actually pack quite a punch, as you just saw Cho'Gall equally executed in turn. And at this point, it looks like the Horde might have some trouble even just getting in this first gate. and now sending in streams of Fellhounds. Mishan here, she's got a number of strong, unique items with 2 swords. Uther getting quite tanky, 3000 HP, but not too much armor. And the green player here bringing a squad of Elven Archers to gun down any air units and provide covering fire from on high, trying to defend against these red dragons. And the brown player here doing a catapult drop, a less conventional tactic but probably effective nonetheless, as a sort of charge of blue Azeroth Knights bravely charging to their doom to buy time. But it looks like the Alliance forces are simply running out of men. Their heroes alone can't quite hold this gate against infinite hordes of units, even though Ronan and Gen just dispatched Terran yet again. But the continual onslaught of Horde units is just proving too much, and now they're calling to fall back to the upper level. And at last, after several charges, the Horde has taken this outer gatehouse area. Archimonde has summoned his portal up top to distract the defenders. The portal units can't actually attack the throne, otherwise that would be quite imbalanced. But it served to pull some of the Alliance units back nonetheless, giving time for the Horde units to stream in. And now Dentarg from the top and Archimonde from the bottom, with 7 minutes left on the clock. This is getting very, very close, far too close for comfort. And now Cho'Gall charging up the ramp, with supported by Impale from Archimonde behind, but he's now trapped against units. He's trying to retreat, tried to teleport but couldn't make it out in time. Meanwhile, Dentarg running around at the top, causing havoc everywhere. He's run straight into the middle, and oh, that was close. That ultimate attempt, if that had cast, that would surely have obliterated this entire zone of defenders, and certainly spelled defeat for the Alliance. And now it's just Archimonde left at the bottom of the ramp. He's valiantly cutting down Alliance units everywhere, but there's just not enough, just one of him, and now he's foolishly been surrounded, backed in the corner, a pack of angry knights cutting him off, while Bran shoots him from up, and at last he's brought down. And Alliance now greatly cheering that they've dispatched all the Horde heroes once again, but not really given any time to breathe, as there's just continuous units streaming in, now from the top, now from the bottom, with a line of catapults set up here bombarding, but actually siege units don't do any damage to the throne, so this is a bit wasted. Although in this narrow corridor area it's quite hard to deploy catapults, and it's usually melee and short range units that are most effective in these lethal close quarters. With just 5 minutes left, Arden Lothar, very wary, critically injured, but still strong. He's quite tanky. And at Frontier, Lorthamar now level 17, getting very, very strong, very fast, agility, also a similar assassin type hero, supported by Mishan, level 19, and Uther, a tanky, healing, nuking hero, with Bran at the corner here, providing deadly sniper fire from up top. And once again, the Ogre brothers come back. They just don't know when to quit. Lothar prepares himself for another Cho'Gall battle, and Grey has actually managed to muster up some sort of defense. There's a decent amount of units here, just to provide sheer bulk and sell their lives dearly to withstand the Horde assault. Ronan here, letting off his mana bomb combo. Gen and Ardun opposing the Ogre brothers. They're just stalling for time and quite hard to kill. But meanwhile, Archimonde has once again bypassed those heroes, and they're coming through the bottom lane. A big Impale takes out a lot of units, and he's summoned his portal once again. This cannot take the throne, it's just picking off some of the squishier units from the back. And Uther here, brave but cut down by Archimonde in single combat. Yet another Impale, and a lot of these units are gravely injured. Can Archimonde do it? Meanwhile, the two Ogre brothers have finally made their way in. Cho'Gall dueling with Gen, and Dentag, it seems he's trying to get a good position for his ultimate, but he can't quite get one. And Archimonde has finally made it up the ramp. 3 minutes left. This is getting too close for comfort. Not many alliance standing. Thoras trying to get a good position to fight Archimonde. And Dentag has made it into the throne room. Excuse me. But luckily, Lothar just got in, teleported just in time with a big squad of highborn infantry and managed to tip down some of the Horde heroes. Now Archimonde in a bit of trouble. Terran trying to support him, life draining Lothar, getting very close but couldn't quite kill him. And Archimonde now surrounded. He turns on his Divine Shield, provided by this Radiant Savior item, gives him 4 seconds of invulnerability, and he's just escaped. And there's a massive horde of units charging up the ramp into Lordaeron, but Archimonde's so close to death. Ronan trying to hunt him down, and Ronan sells his life dearly. It looks like the horde is about to make it. They've got a huge pack of units coming through. All these lightning revenants using their fork lightning abilities. Just a handful of knights standing between them and victory. Uther, Thoras, and Lothar all critically injured, trying to guard the top of the ramp. And Archimonde back up to half HP. He's trying to get in, and Mishan finds an angle and challenges him to single combat. Can Archimonde survive? Mishan trying to cut him down, and it's almost there. He turns on Divine Shield, and Mishan unfortunately dies, but almost gets Archimonde just on a red HP. And Lothar here and Uther, the two mounted heroes, trying to block the ramp, stop all these heavy horde hitting units streaming through as Alliance heroes res and desperately try and teleport into this throne area. 1 minute 30 seconds remaining, and Lothar up to the front lines, trying to delay, trying to cut down any horde hero. And Dentag pulls off one big ultimate, gets it, clears out all the remaining units, and now it's just a pair of heroes remaining. Bran, Gen, and Uther, it seems like, or Lothar. And now the two Ogre brothers have made it in. They're hitting the throne. There's a few horde units, but they're being delayed by these Silverhand Knights streaming out of the barracks to try and just block any attempt to hit the throne. The throne is under attack, but actually it seems Ronan has come back, and between Ronan Mana Bomb and Lothar selling his life once again, they managed to kill off the Ogre heroes. And now it's Ronan coming in with the Death Coil, who picks off Gen, and Ronan and summoning Spirit Bear, and Bran at the top of the ramp. With 30 seconds to go, they managed to take off Terran, and that might be all the Horde heroes gone. And for the first time, it looks like the Alliance might finally be out of the woods, as a number of heroes, and now Uther himself, has resurrected from the throne. So at least 4 heroes alive, and it doesn't look like any Horde heroes are close by, so they just have to hold another 15 seconds. And with Red and Thoras and his knights teleporting in, 10 seconds remaining. This was a crazy game, absolutely down to the wire. The throne itself was under attack, and with that, that is over. The players sportingly say GG, and what a game, absolutely close. Any more time and it surely would have gone to the Horde. Great game. Thanks for watching, guys. This is Coming of the Horde by BronzeKnee, and I'm Synegg. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like.